Okay, and we're live. So, welcome everybody to our Improving Project Onboarding Comms call. I'm gonna just keep notes, and maybe I'll just call this Improving Project Onboarding, and then I will have we can keep notes in the same document. January. Everything was wrong about the date last week. Oops. Oh man. January 21st, 2022. Okay, cool. So let's just start with intentions and distractions. I'll go first because I'm talking. My intentions for the call are to just hang out with you all and can facilitate a little bit of idea generation, and then hopefully just kind of pass the flag, and so you can just keep running and carrying the idea of the project. If it's going to be made into a gardens proposal and then requesting from the DAOs, I can explain how to create a forum post and what information it can include, etc. But I'm really looking to empower everyone else so that I can kind of pass the flag and just help out with any advice or questions. I'm not distracted actually at all. I'll pass it to Todd.
Hey Lauren, thanks. Hey everyone. My distractions, it's pretty early in the morning, so going to be pretty much every time we meet, just becoming present. My intentions today are to kind of review the materials that were shared. I forget who shared it. I think it was Ahmad, sent a document. So I'm going to look through that structure and figure out kind of where we stand and where specific support is needed. I will pass to Ahmad.
Thanks. My intentions are to walk through what we did so far with the working group and share the outline that we have. And my distractions are, I do have to go in about 30 minutes. So yeah. I'll pass it to Benz.
Hey, intentions are to just sync up with you all, kind of see, go over what Ahmad put together. Thank you for doing that. That looks great. And just kind of get on the same page and decide where to go from here, I guess. Distractions. I'm going to be, after this meeting, I don't have to leave early, but we're planning on going camping. So just road tripping after this, getting all that together. That's my one distraction. So
you're always doing fun stuff. One day it's your birthday, one day camping.
Yeah, it's kind of birthday fun stuff. So yeah, it'll be good. I'll pass to Anne.
Hi everyone. No distractions at the moment. My intention for the call is, I guess, to sync up, to be present, to continue some of the conversations from the last call, and to help generate ideas and provide suggestions or feedback. And I'll pass it on to Brian.
Oh, hi, Brian. I'm Brian. I've got no immediate blockers. I'm just here to help participate, and I'm actually in 3 meetings, so I'm going to be quiet now.
Okay, I'll just take it because I think I'm last. My intentions for the call are just to kind of listen in, see what you guys are up to, and see if I can add any value anywhere, see if this can somehow be incorporated into an onboarding call that we might be planning soon for a community, the community circle. So see if we can kind of collaborate in any ways. And my distraction, I have some other things going on in the background. I'll probably be mostly listening, but yeah, I'm still here. Back to you, Lauren.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Cool. So maybe we can start with any of the materials that Ahmad shared. I don't even really know what this is. You didn't share it with me, right? Or did you share it in the comms channel and I didn't see it?
No. Let me actually share it now. I mean, we just shared it between ourselves.
Oh, great.
Let me put it in the comms.
Maybe,
channel.
do you want to, you can put it in the comms channel, or maybe you could share screen and then I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is, so I'll just pass the torch to you.
Sure. Let me do that. 1 second.
Suggest an open collaboration tool like Miro, and it's spelled Miro.
Oh yeah, I've used it before. It's pretty good. Yeah, so basically, we made this sheet sort of like, thinking about it as like an onboarding course. And we thought about what are the educational material people would need to know to onboard as a project.
Wait, is anyone else seeing Ahmad's screen? Because I don't see it yet. It's just loading.
Oh, you don't see it yet? Oh,
No.
okay.
I
I'll
don't
give
know.
it a second.
Could just be me. Does anyone see it?
I don't yet know.
Okay.
Maybe you can try it. Sometimes Discord is weird and you have to stop and then try again.
Okay, let me do that. Let me try again. Can you see my screen now?
No, perhaps you need to click the gear icon next to your display name and then allow access.
Potentially. Let's see. Does anyone know what section it is in the settings? It's under privacy. Accessibility, maybe?
Yep, privacy or share settings. It could be under video and audio settings as well.
All right. Maybe do you want to just share it in the comms channel or with me? I can try sharing my screen.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure this out later.
And then you could just, I can share it.
Yeah, I can walk you through it. I mean, it is fairly simple. It's not a huge document or anything. And I made it public as a Google Doc so anyone can open it.
Nice. So probably people can see it, right?
Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, basically we just split like the educational areas we think people would need to know if they're onboarding themselves as a project, assuming that they don't have any knowledge of the crypto space. And this could be in the form of updating our docs, but we also thought it would make sense as like a video course. And I've done a lot of courses like this in the past. We can basically record them just as a screencast. So we don't even have to show our faces. We just have to record the screen. Maybe we can have some slides for some of the explainer parts. And then for the parts where we have to do a walkthrough, it'll basically just be showing our screen and showing people where to click and what to do. So at this stage, what I would need help from everyone, especially people that have been here longer, is to maybe add here any of the steps that you think might be missing, or give feedback on even areas that you think we might want to take out or rephrase or something like that. That's pretty much it. Nice.
It looks cool. So basically each of these lines would be video, and this is just kind of like first level skeleton overview, and then we can kind of put a little bit more detail as to like what each one contains.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we could do it a few ways. I mean, one way is each of us could take a few videos and do it, or if we have, at least like an outline, I could record it or someone else could. And I even have a screen recording software that I could share with everyone if they want. I have like an open source license for one of them. So yeah, if anyone wants to help out, feel free.
I use OBS, and that works really well too. But it's
OBS is good. Yeah.
OBS is good, and that's what we use for all our streaming.
Yeah.
You know what would be really cool is if, like, for each of these videos before that you record them, if someone could, like, whoever's going to make it makes like a script, because I'm looking at it right now, and like why you should consider raising money in crypto, and like the points that you put in the description are like true, but I think that one of the like it's like something that I've been working on with the givebacks. I don't know if you've read the givebacks article. I just posted it like a few days ago, but it's like with givebacks, it's like there's an upside to donating for the donors. So it's like we can use, like, in Web3, it's like no longer is it like nonprofits begging for funds from donors, and then the donors are like, okay, I'll give you some. Rather, it's like donors are entering like this money game, and then they're able to start like benefiting and actually like donating and getting some tokens, and then like farming and getting more tokens. And it's like the systems that are happening with Web3. It's not just like the first level is like, yeah, great, Giveth doesn't take any fees, and it's really easy to make a project. But then it's like the extra magic of it is that like there's an upside for your donors, so that donors actually want to go donate because they want to start playing the game. No longer is it like donors have to be altruistic and sacrifice, but rather like donors can like benefit out of it. So I would love to like add some notes into the scripts. That's what I'm thinking. Like, so maybe if they like make a skeleton script, then I'd be like, make sure that you hit these points, because they're like some of the core concepts we're working with Giveth. But yeah, this is looking really cool. And I just I don't know if I should put some notes. I can put some notes in this spreadsheet.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please do.
Yeah. But I think it would also be cool that like before. Oh yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Sorry, there's latency issues, so I don't mean to interrupt. I'm having a hard time seeing the UI on this. Is this a Google Doc or a Notion page?
Yeah, it's in the comms channel if you're there as well. I shared a link.
Okay, yeah. I got a small team that helped me with video. If you want to send me a link to this, I'll look it over and contribute where I can, make suggestions, etc.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we didn't record it yet, but yeah, I mean, maybe once we do it, we can get your feedback. Or I mean, even now, if you want to help with the script.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to help.
One thing that, yeah, go ahead, guys.
I was just gonna say, I think I'd like to hear like where we are with the other onboarding stuff. I know, Ashley, it sounded like there might be like a more general onboarding community group or something. And I just wanted to like get a feel for where you are with that, how that fits in. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up is how like, as we were making some of this documentation, some of the technical stuff, like I think it's fine to get into like why Giveth and why crypto. But I want to make sure that like other stuff is kind of like solidified before we jump into the technical part, so that we don't have to like do some of that revision, you know, like, because this is growing and like we're making upgrades to Giveth at the site and the UI and stuff. So I just wanted to see like, do we think that's fairly set at this point? Those two things.
Well, I know that the TypeScript version is not live yet. So if we were to record videos of the website right now, we would probably have to update them soon once the TypeScript form launches, or the TypeScript version launches. So it's definitely good to keep that in mind. It's probably worthwhile to wait, especially if we can really just kind of spend this time while we're waiting to kind of spec out these details in these scripts for the videos and just get all of our information really good. And by the time we like have a nice collection, then we can just kind of like pump out the videos, and we have the TypeScript thing up. So I feel like, you know, just kind of holding out until then is better than doing them and then having to do it over. And as far as the community onboarding stuff, right now we're really focused on how, like for collaborators or contributors, so we're more focusing on onboarding contributors with the community part in the call that I was talking about. But I think that like at some point we might be able to, onboarding is onboarding, whether it's a project onto the platform, a donor onto the platform, or a contributor to our group. So I feel like it could become a more broad AMA kind of style thing, and even be kind of just get to know each other a little bit better, whether you're a donor or a maker or a contributor, and have like that kind of relationship building space. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. We're still kind of specking out the bigger goals of the community circle and some KPIs on how we can not necessarily measure our success, but to kind of point us in the right direction, like where to direct resources, because we've got 4 main user groups. So that's kind of where we're at there, and just forming a strategy. And once we have a strategy, we'll start to get it rolling. But yeah, I think that in the future, like project makers could also be included in this session. Does that answer your questions?
Very good. Awesome. Thank you. I would like to suggest a certain amount of time where you have something similar to what we call in Gitcoin office hours, where everyone can hang out during a certain amount of office hours and collaborate and get the sense that they're, actually in a building working with coworkers. It's a good community building tool. And then in addition to that, I'm currently constructing the architecture for permissionless onboarding autonomy, and I would love to share that information here. I think it pertains to the subject.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I think that as our community grows, like having some larger windows of open office hours might be beneficial. I just think we're still kind of small right now in the benefit of having more of us in the same place all at the same time. So having maybe more of a like direct timing at first, and then kind of like opening it up as more people grow comfortable and we have more people to support those office hours.
Thank you, Ashley. That answered my 2 questions. So I think like focusing on doing some of the scripting makes sense, and then I guess like the community will continue to grow, and that community sounds more like you were saying, like with all the different stakeholders kind of together in an open place where we can like just discuss and keep growing that community. Ahmad, I think you were gonna say something when I started talking, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I was just gonna say, like based on my experience, like recording these videos or like similar type videos, it might be easier if we start with the talking points first, instead of having like a very strict script to follow, just because like it makes the videos easier to record. But yeah, I think we should definitely have like the key information that's there, and then maybe afterwards, once we record them and we make sure that all the information is there, then we can transcribe it and then we can translate it. But yeah, I think like as a workflow, it's easier to start with like the main points and then just, let people make the videos as long as they cover those main points, and then transcribe it after that.
Yeah, I was thinking that was as I was looking at this like a little bit more with the videos. I was thinking like maybe what would make sense, because they're actually just like a lot of them 5-minute pieces, and for some like walk through the Give economy, dude, I could do that in 10. It would literally only take me 10 minutes. It's like I know that thing like the back of my hand, and so it's like maybe we like put people in ownership of these videos, and we take the least friction people to put on the ones that are like kind of complicated, would take like a lot of like wrapping your head around, and then other ones that are more like general for everybody, then like anybody can take them on. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like some of them, like maybe like, you know, on this first one, maybe we want to have like Griff talk about like why use Giveth, you know, because also I think there's an advantage to like, you know, Griff has such a popular face. You put him on the videos and people want to watch them. Like, I just experience this all the time. So I'm like, here, you say it. But so it's like, we put Griff on like with the first one. I'll talk through the give economy. Ashley should talk about perks of getting verified and how to get verified. She knows that like the back of her hand. And then it's like how to sign up for MetaMask. I don't even really know, like, I know how to do that kind of, but not very well. So then like if somebody could take that on, who would be, you know, we like just match people who are like the experts to the videos. And then if they're just like really low friction, we could have like, instead of like scripts, like to read the script, like a skeleton of a script, like we're hitting at least these 5 points, and then like those go for like a quick QA. I think that would make it done the fastest, get it done the fastest. And then like what we could do is maybe have like different people are like, okay, you're recording this, please explain the give economy in 10 minutes. And then like we have the video, and then we share that with somebody, and then it goes into like kind of post-production, can add like, you know, a nice an intro that like is the same on all of them. We could work with the designers like Rodri, Marco, Katarina, and just like actually Rodri's been doing a lot of cool design stuff, so he could, or cool animation-y stuff, so he could like make a little animated video logo, and that could be like something we tag onto the end of every video. So then it's like you get somebody to take ownership of just like doing it if they know what they're talking about, and then send those videos to like another person who then adds on the things, and then comes with a way of like presenting the information and consolidating. So I think that seems good. What do you guys think? Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, you need to do the video for the Giveth walkthrough for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And if there was a work stream or thread where we could all drop our videography tools, maybe collaborate, check out which is good for that, and maybe even some editing software. I like Adobe or Photoshop, but I'm open to try new things. Like if for super short videos, you might try just a GIF. It's a lot less labor intensive, and is more easily shareable in broader Discords, DAOs, and media streams, especially now with links getting blocked quite frequently in a lot of these. So.
So do we have I think we have a good idea of where we're going to start. Do we have like some concrete next steps? What do you think needs to get done? Do we have, I mean, there's also
I think
those.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Next steps. I think what needs to get done. I mean, if this is a really good like skeleton of things, maybe if we don't have anything else really pressing to talk about in this meeting, we could just like quickly go through each of the videos and then like be like, this person would be good for this or something. Or if we don't know who would be good for it, we like pick someone who will chase, you know, who will figure out who's the best person for that, and then we can make them into GitHub issues and put them in the Giveth planning board where each video is its own thing, and then have them just like assigned to the respective parties, and then we like know where to keep track of like for each video. But yeah, and then then I think it just like easily falls into the workflow. That's what I think for next steps.
I think that's a good idea for next steps. I think something we should also think about is maybe adding a new tab, and each one of us can add our name and like figure out what we hope to offer to kind of this work group. I think having Griff record the videos, I think would be great, and having the Giveth team, since they're kind of more familiar with the actual technology itself, present. But I think in addition to that, just getting a sense for how people want to contribute specifically. I mean, I could do some editing on videos and actually produce the videos. I could also do something completely else, like helping with onboarding forms and kind of creating technology to support the process. But I think every person will have kind of unique gifts that they can offer to the team, and getting a sense for each other's desire for contributions might be a good opportunity for us to explore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. So maybe we could just do a quick round and everyone... Oh, sorry. Damn, I was talking that whole time. Yeah, that sounds great. Maybe we could do a quick round and everyone could just say like what they can do or like what they're interested in doing, and then we can get a little bit more flavor for like what's in the room, and then we can kind of like assign people according to like what they want to do, basically. Yeah, I would be really happy to record videos. I have like a lot of opinions on what these things should include. When I like read them, I'm like, this has to definitely hit this point. So I think like checking over, like I'm happy to review any of like the bullet pointy type script things if someone else is going to do the video. And also I would be happy to record several of them. And then Griff is really busy, but I also like, he lives there right next to me. So I can chase him to get some of them done as well. I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good next step. For me, I can handle the one about social media. I can talk about that. And I could probably do section 2 also on the wallet setup.
And I think the other question is like, what other things are you willing to do for this project? Like, are you willing to like maybe manage the project management side of it, like make sure that the things are getting done and checking in on people? Yeah,
for sure, I can do that. I can also handle editing as well. I can upload them. I can also handle like the transcripts and the translation project later on. I can just follow up with people and make sure that everyone records their sections.
Yeah, I think a good thing for that would be maybe each of these different videos that we want to make gets an issue in GitHub, and we can make an epic for this like mini course.
Yeah, Ahmad, are you familiar with GitHub? And have you used like ZenHub? We use the Giveth planning board. I showed you, I think, in our meeting.
Yeah, I do have access to it. I don't know if I have edit access though, because I couldn't move issues around.
Okay, I will try to make sure that I will try to empower you with that. GitHub is weird. I don't know why members can't like move issues around. They should be allowed. Or maybe I need to add you to the repo.
Yeah, I mean,
could it be something in ZenHub itself?
Did you download the ZenHub extension?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I see I can comment on it, but I just can't move things.
Maybe it's a ZenHub permission or something. You might be able to like manually change the pipeline within the issue. But I think like because it's on the ZenHub board, I don't know. You can ask Amin. He used to have to do this for people all the time. So maybe Amin would know why people can't move issues. Maybe it's a GitHub thing or maybe it's a ZenHub thing.
And maybe if you do ask Amin, Ahmad, maybe you could like also just like let us know. Let me know.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask him.
Ask him, and then cool. Because like, yeah, I mean, we can make an epic, and then have each of these as issues, and then it's just like kind of like move them along as they get done. And so someone just needs to kind of like manage that epic.
Yeah, we can just put, because then we can all kind of like it will facilitate conversation, and we can see the progress of like each video, where it's at, what still needs to be done, if there's any blockers, and you can set blockers within GitHub. So it definitely has a lot of functionality that'd be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Maybe can we just like quickly go through and everyone could just say like what they would be willing to do or what they're good at. I mean, I got you slightly, Todd. You were saying that you want to do some video editing. Is there anything else?
I could do some like video editing, production, rendering. I could also focus on kind of the technology side of things. So really creating that funnel. I imagine we'd maybe even create a series of web forms that people can fill out after they've watched a video, if they want to actually get some additional support or engagement with the team. Could kind of help us to see kind of their flow through the life cycle of a project in Giveth. I could record videos. I could do some graphics kind of design stuff as well if that's a need. But I think that's about it. I think so like managing, I guess something else came up, managing data. So like maybe having like a type of CRM just to track the applicants through. And that would be, again, a series of forms, but also probably a dashboard. I could build something like that.
That's awesome. Benz, you wanna go?
I can go, yeah. I'm kind of from more of a data background. Mine kind of thinks along the lines of like Todd, what you're talking about, that user feedback. But I'm still like, I come from a data background in a public health agency. So a little behind in technology. So I'm getting up to speed with like GitHub and stuff. But anything like that user feedback, I love doing that. I'd really like to do like, work with actual, this is further down the road, but work with like actual nonprofits and help them kind of like be a more hands-on aid to getting set up. But I'm willing to chip in anywhere, help with documentation, putting together scripts. Not much for video editing, but I'm willing to learn if there's something to do there. So yeah.
Nice. Do you want to pass it?
Sure. Brian, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I'm a geek, and I'll help you with whatever you find most challenging. I'm good at that.
Nice. Do you wanna, or maybe you wanna pass it, or Ashley, you wanna go?
Sure, I'll just go. I think I'm last. I'm definitely available to help with any kind of like script review, editing, making sure that like main points that need to be hit get hit, kind of like you said, Lauren. I could record videos, but man, I just don't see myself as that person. I don't know. I could definitely coach somebody else to do it, or like at least walk them through it. But honestly, I listen to a lot of YouTube tutorials on different things that I use all the time. And I think it's really important to be engaging. And I just don't know if I'm that person that can be engaging. I'm that person that you like skim through the video because their voice is boring. I don't think that's good. So, but I feel like I can help in a lot of other areas. I feel like I can help anybody who doesn't know how to use GitHub. I feel like I could like help, the team if they have questions about Giveth or where to find resources or anything like that, and be like that kind of advisor point. But yeah, I think that's it for me.
I think we could definitely use your help on the project verification videos. I mean, just in terms of like the script and what to say, even if someone else records them.
Yeah,
definitely.
I could do it with you, Ashley. I'm like this stuff, and then I'd be like, Ashley, is it okay? And then you could tell me if it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, cool. Maybe Anne, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So, likewise, I don't have any experience in video editing, so I'm not or video making, so I'm not very useful in that area. But if people need help with any type of editing or help with coming up with content, or my background is in anthropology, so if people have any questions around culture and onboarding in a cultural sensitive manner, I definitely love to help out there.
Awesome. And then Chad, you just rolled in a little late. This call is we're talking about ways to improve onboarding of projects onto Giveth, and we're making a video series that is basically going to walk through like an intro to crypto, basics to setting up a wallet. Ahmad made this like great spreadsheet that it breaks down some videos, and they're each going to be like 5-minute videos. And what we were doing now is just talking about like how we want to participate and what the things that we can help are. So don't feel obligated to have to jump in and help, but if you want to, you could just like say who you are, if anything.
Yeah, sure thing. I'd love to help. So background, engineering, product management, and doing marketing. I've done a lot of video scripts and storyboarding. I'm writing white papers and things like that. I'm really comfortable writing scripts and storyboarding. So I'd be happy to help, I guess, storyboard the videos. When it comes to editing, definitely not going to be a help there. But yeah, review, storyboard, writing, all things I've done in the past and do right now. So I'd love to help with that.
Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome. Glad you're in the call. Cool. Well, actually, I think that was super useful to get a little bit of a feel for like everybody who's here. I feel like we don't all know each other really well, but now it seems pretty clear like the places that we're going to fall into. So, yeah, I don't know. Next steps right now. What can we do right now? Maybe do we want to just like, do we want to walk through these videos, talk about like who would be good for them, and then maybe assign them and make them into issues? And then I think like, I mean, whoever is like just wanting to, I mean, Todd, you had lots of great ideas that were like editing, but then like also like working on like forms and like tracking applicants and all these things. I wonder if these things would be like happening later, or if we need to like create some issues around that too, so that that there's something we can be starting to build as we're creating these videos. Yeah, I think we could kind of walk through these, start making them seem into more fully formed issues that like maybe Ahmad you could create issues for in an Epic and GitHub, but if you're having trouble with that, Ashley can help you. And yeah, it's all coming together.
I'm gonna need some support on that GitHub as well. I haven't used it, but I think I'm really perceiving this work as being kind of two bodies, where we have this kind of video production side of thing. That's kind of the story we want to tell, and then we'd have kind of technology in between to help kind of create that funnel. Technology and probably support systems as well. So maybe we could jump into kind of the points that we want to make within each section. And then maybe we could explore kind of what types of tracking or onboarding systems we want to assign to each section.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, cool. So let's walk through the sections then. Yeah, for intro to crypto and intro to Giveth, I think that the 4 videos are really good, and then I can like kind of work on scripty type things I can kind of like make the videos for this section and then just like pass them off after they're recorded. I think like the timelines make sense to me, and I don't have a lot of like, yeah. I think, okay, why should you consider raising money in crypto? How Giveth can help you. It's almost like, I almost want to think of it as like, why should you use Giveth? And then walk through of the Give economy. And then success stories of projects on the DApp. This one's a little bit harder. I mean, we have success stories of projects on the DApp. There was one, it's really hard to say why they succeed sometimes. Like there was Feed the Hungry and Chillax VC, and just like out of nowhere, somebody donated like $100K just like one day. It was David and his daughter making sandwiches for homeless people in BC, and then they just like went on Giveth one day and they had $100K there because someone. And then we I looked in Boxget to figure out where it came from. It was like some meme coin. It was like they sold this meme coin and they like had a bunch of ETH and they just like donated it all. It was like, what is this? It seemed like a really scammy meme coin made a buttload of money, and then maybe they felt bad and they wanted to donate it. So it's like, I don't know. How can we say that this is a way to like succeed on Giveth? It's just like, get lucky. But there's also
What about like What about like Bright ID and DAppNode and some of those projects that were like born on Giveth that are now communities?
Oh yeah, that's great, Ashley. Great idea.
I think that could be good if we can tell the story of the technology well. We don't have to try and explain the tech.
Oh, totally.
Like what is Bright Idea to a nonprofit that might not know what identity is. So
damn,
but that's a good idea.
But not, I don't know in a way that someone would care. Yeah, damn, that's hard and true. But Bright ID did start as just like a project raising funds on Giveth, and now they're like their own DAO, and they have a token, and they have like all their own funding streams, and it's like actually really a good success story. Maybe we just don't go into the specifics of what Bright ID is. It's like they care about proof of uniqueness, which is important on the blockchain, and that's kind of like.
Could we speak to what could make a success story? Like how to write your description, how to produce maybe an intro video for your page?
I saw that this is kind of part in setting up a project, how to make a project stand out, and then also like sharing your project.
Sure.
Ahmad, what was your idea in the success story section?
It was mainly just to inspire them, to let them know what's possible. Like show some success stories of people that successfully raised. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so like really more basic. Like, look, people went on Giveth and they raised funds, and that's good. Not exactly like how or why they got there, because we'll get into how and why they got there later. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's sort of like social proof. I mean, like just to show that it works, basically. You know.
You can almost more just kind of even be templated as like a project spotlight, and like we pick some of the successful ones, or ones highlight a specific like feeding the hungry in Chilliwack is kind of a different project than DAppNode or Bright ID, but different flavors, and like this is open to anyone, and kind of just highlight those.
I like that a lot. We're just like, look at all the variety of projects that is available on Giveth. We have everything from, helping the homeless to helping sick people to helping, build decentralized technology.
I also think that it would be really cool in a video like this to get maybe people from the projects and just have like little clips of the people from the projects talking about Giveth and how it's helped them, because there's been a lot of people that go on Twitter, like, the people that were talking about, I love Giveth, I just set up this project and now like all these people are donating to me. So maybe we can get some of those people to give like just a little like whatever 10-second, 20-second like testimonial kind of thing and piece them together.
Yeah, I think we're good at videos. You need to bring that energy to videos. We need that in videos.
Totally. Cool. That's an awesome idea. You know what I could do for this? I don't want to reach out to projects because it's just a lot of time and coordination, but I could go and start highlighting projects that are like sharing about how much they like Giveth on Twitter, because I like, oh damn, I froze. Weird. What? What? Discord, why are you being weird?